So you must have heard that the world is opening up again slowly. Well, that sounds like good news, right? We have been dying to return back to our normal life for 2 years, however we want to define normal. But the thing is, are you ready for that? We are human beings, not a switch that can be turned on and off anytime we want. We have emotions, and they need to be addressed properly. Don't underestimate how the lockdown, watching too much news, or not being able to see our family members do to our physical and mental health. If you feel anxious, awkward, or hesitant to meet people, you are not alone. In today's video, we are going to look into social anxiety disorders, or SAD, and how this new solution might help you feel better. So before we get into all the symptoms and solutions, I think it's also important to address why we need to understand social anxiety disorders. Please note that it is important to address your health issues if you suspect that you have any. Regarding social anxiety, it may seem okay to be in your own bubble because you feel safer and you feel protected that way. But don't forget that human beings are tribe animals and having interaction is part of basic human needs. Yes, human connection is one of the needs that we developed after fulfilling our basic needs like water, shelter, and clothing. More mental health issues might develop if we keep feeling isolated and lonely, like what many of us have experienced in the past 2 years because of the lockdown. And I also think that it's important to pay attention to whether you are having online or face-to-face interaction. I think technology is a blessing, don't get me wrong. If we couldn't even FaceTime our family and loved ones during the pandemic, we would be much worse by now, I think. That being said, I do think that online interaction cannot replace 100% of face-to-face. Gestures, intimate eye contact, and body languages are all part of communication that can be tricky to replicate through online interaction. The good thing is that online interaction is a great option for people who feel overwhelmed to jump straight back to face-to-face meetups. In this case, video conferencing provides some kind of shield and is an excellent exit strategy for people to interact and to ease their social anxiety symptoms slowly. So, what is social anxiety disorder? According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the 5th edition, or the DSM-5, there are 10 diagnostic criteria for social anxiety disorders or social phobia, which you can find on the screen here. But in a nutshell, the essential feature of social anxiety disorder is a marked or intense fear or anxiety of social situations in which the individual might be scrutinized, which is negatively evaluated by others. So where does social anxiety disorder come from? There are a mix of biological and environmental factors that can cause SAD, including inherited traits, environment, and the brain structure. It's 2022 when I'm filming this video, and in the past 2 years, our behaviors, social interaction, and environment have been massively disrupted. As a result, our lifestyle has changed, and most of us might have experienced a certain degree of anxiety. Now let's talk about some symptoms of social anxiety disorder. So the person might be concerned that he or she might be judged because they are weak, stupid, crazy, or unlikable. And they are afraid that they might exhibit some anxiety symptoms like blushing, trembling, stumbling upon his own words, or just sweating. And some might be fear of being rejected. As a result, that individual might avoid drinking, eating, writing, or shaking hands. As you may imagine, that can impact a whole lot of other areas. Social anxiety might control you if you ignore it. Anxieties might slowly creep into your everyday life, like your work, your school, or relationships, and even take away things that you used to enjoy in life. Social anxiety disorder can cause negative self-talk, low self-esteem, hypersensitivity, declining social skills, social isolation, low academic achievement or work performance, and maybe even substance abuse. So what can we do about that? What are the treatments? Depends on the severity and level of impact on daily life. The most common treatments of SAD include psychotherapy, for example, cognitive behavioral therapy, or medication, or a combination of both. Treatments might take weeks or months. It is a journey and an experiment to see what works for you. And speaking of finding the right solution for you, have you ever considered alternative therapies? No, I'm not just talking about natural remedies like using plants or herbs or supplements to help calm your nerves. If you like music, I think I have a new solution for you. Music therapy. Music therapy involves a music therapist who is a registered allied health professional to use music to help people achieve non-musical goals. No, we don't just use music as a conversation starter, okay? And in the context of social anxiety, music therapy can help address your emotional and social goals. First of all, music has a calming influence on both the body and the mind as it releases endorphins, which is a type of natural painkillers that is often produced when you are in a happy state of mind, and it helps lower stress, anxiety, and promote relaxation by reducing muscle tension. With the help of music, young people with anxiety issues can focus better, avoid distractions and negative thoughts, which promotes productivity. And the second benefit of using music therapy to help achieve your emotional goal is that music is a universal language and it can help serve as an emotional outlet. It also helps facilitate self-expression. For example, have you ever been in a situation when you just can't find the right words to describe your feelings? But there is always one song there for you which perfectly describes everything that you're going through. We all have that one song. So when you are lost for words, you can just pick that song and let it do the job for you. And also we can try lyrics analysis, lyric substitution, or even songwriting to explore and understand our emotions better. Not to mention the benefits of singing. Even just vocalizing without words can help us express our feelings. Think back to the time when we were babies and we don't know any words. All we did was just cry and scream and use all kind of non-verbal mouth movements to kind of gesture what we want and need. People can tell what you're feeling just by noticing your tone and cadence. This is what I mean when I say music can serve as an emotional outlet for you. Now let's talk about different social goals that music therapy can help achieve. So it's broadly categorized into improving social awareness and social motivation. For social awareness, it can be done through either one-on-one or group music therapy sessions. We typically work on eye contact, turn-taking, shared instrument play or joint play, imitation, acceptance, and responses to activities. You can always tell if someone is anxious or depressed if they are not engaging in a group or with the therapist, or if they're just staring at their own instrument without really sensing what's going on when the therapist tries to communicate with him or her musically. Yes, you can tell a lot from body language, gestures, eye contact, all that kind of non-verbal communication. And social motivation can be improved through lots of different interventions. For example, music can help strengthen flexibility. How long can you stay engaged in a new activity? And we can also observe your engagement, consistency, and continuity of engagement without resistance. Social motivation can also be improved through independence and also awareness of social contributions. In music therapy, joint play is often used to help achieve social goals because it involves turn-taking and initiation, which are skills that are crucial in social context. And music therapy can also help improve your awareness to different boundaries, which includes adherence, acceptance, negotiation, and change. Music therapy can also help regulate behaviors, promote leadership, and reciprocity. That being said, I understand that you might still feel a little bit hesitant to go back to the real world again. That's why at Striker called Music Therapy, which is the company that I founded, all sessions are held online. Anytime, anywhere, you are always one tap away from getting support. This might be the lowest barrier for you to seek professional alternative therapies without feeling too overwhelmed. If you suspect that you have social anxiety disorder but are not ready to seek help from any medical expert, psychologist, or allied health professionals, here are a few things that you can do to help you feel better. First of all, to embrace a balanced lifestyle. That means you're getting good sleep, good diet, good physical activities, and also you maintain a good mental well-being. Just the basic self-care stuff. And you might also want to limit caffeine and alcohol intake. And if you're feeling okay, you can slowly reach out to people that you trust and feel comfortable around, and gradually expand your comfort zone. Also, you can learn a few coping techniques or relaxation exercises whenever you feel overwhelmed. That will help you. And technically speaking, you can also practice and prepare some conversations so that you don't feel very foreign when you have to talk to strangers. Social anxiety symptoms can be reduced if you get help or take action. For some people, it gets better as they grow older. Like most mental health journey, it's all about taking consistent baby steps. One day, your biggest achievement might be to have talked to a stranger for 5 minutes straight, but for another day, your biggest win might just be able to get out of bed. It is okay. Slow progress is better than no progress. It is okay to take things slow. Human beings are adaptive and resilient. Make the comeback stronger than the setback. This new, natural, and evidence-based practice called music therapy is always here for you. You are only one tap away from unlocking your new life, since things may never be normal again. If you want to talk, find out more about music therapy, or to book a session with me, feel free to DM me on Instagram through Striker called MT, or visit my website for more information. Here is also a playlist that you might be interested in about music therapy and how it can help you improve your physical and mental health. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.